Hello everybody, and welcome back to the journey. This past week has been pretty good. Haven't had any issues with anything. All in all, it's been a pretty smooth week. I picked up a few pieces of silver, a couple of oddball things, and we've gotten in a lot of different mail. It's just been a pretty busy week. I do apologize to any of you who think I've been doing too much mail, but I have gotten in so much lately that I didn't want it to pile up too deep before I got to it. I actually got another one in today, and we will be doing that one on next Monday. Over the last week, like I said, I did pick up a few pieces of silver. Over at Newcastle Coins, I went over there and did talk with him. I didn't buy anything, but we had a nice conversation. Not too long ago, he left a comment in one of my videos thanking me for talking about his store in the video, and he said that he would be interested in doing a video with us. And so I went to talk to him about that, and we're going to go ahead and get something like that squared away. We're going to shoot for after first of the year, as I've got a whole bunch of stuff, that I'm already got planned, and then a family with Christmas and everything. And so I'm not trying to tie up anything else for this year. So we're going to wait until January, but we will be sitting down with him and doing an interview sometime in January. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and y'all get to be able to talk to him, and I will get some questions from y'all to give to him as well, and we'll see how that goes. I am looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. Over at Candle Coin and Stamps, I did learn that Larry is back home. He's not back at work yet, but he is strong enough that he was able to go back home, and he's doing pretty well. So that's great news. I did not buy anything while I was there. I was only looking to pick up 2 ounces, and all they had was the more premium stuff. They were out of the lower premium stuff other than some buffaloes, and I'm really not looking to stack any buffaloes. I've got a couple, but they're just not my thing for generics, so I just didn't worry about getting anything while I was there. But as always, I had good conversation with Cindy and the other customers that were there. There's some regulars that I do get to see there on a regular basis as I go in. When you go in and you see all the familiar faces, it just makes things go so much smoother, and you get to hear about each other's weeks, and maybe they found some treasures that you'd like to hear about, but who knows? It's always good to chat. And if you don't know who they are when you go into a coin shop, it's nothing wrong with going up and saying, hello, how you doing? I'm into this too. What kind of stuff do you like? You never know, you might find a real friend. I did find a couple things while I was over at Silver Eagle, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. And the first thing that I picked up while I was there was this Sunshine Minting Bar. As you can see, it's an absolute mirror, and it is pristine. It does not have a serial number in it. I don't know how old it is or how new it is, but I picked this up for $26.50. And at the time, they had the best prices of anyone I had spoken to. They had beat out everybody, even Mr. Warren's prices. So I was pretty shocked and happy to pick this up. So $26.50, it's another bar for the boxes. All right, let's get her in her capsule. There we go. Get the lid on there. And another bar in an airtight, ready to go. Something else that caught my eye in the generic bin, I do not see in there very often, but it was a more premium coin, and that is this Noah's Ark. I did used to have one of these. It got sent out in a giveaway back, I do believe was my 500 subscriber giveaway. And so I was happy to find another one, and since it was in their generic bin, it went for $26.50. It's got a little bit of a scratching on it here and there, so that's why it was in that particular bin. There's a little tiny scratch on it right here. And as I move it around with the light hit it, you can probably see the couple little marks in it, nothing major. So for the price, it was a no-brainer. If I can find a couple of more of these in there, I'll be happy to pick them up. This is awesome. There we go. Another one in an airtight. Add it to the stack. Fantastic. I did get to say hello to everybody. One of the gentlemen wasn't there that day, but all in all, folks were in a good mood. Bob's doing quite well. He's walking around a whole lot better. I'm really happy to see how quick his recovery has been. He's a really nice guy, and I hated to see him when he was down. It's awesome to see him smiling again. And there was another customer in there. He was having a chat with the owner, and everybody, all in all, was in pretty good spirits. So it was a great visit. I only picked up the 2, but that's all I really wanted for the week was a couple ounces. The next day, I actually had to work at one of our stores open to close, so I did not get to go see Mr. Warren. And I didn't do any filming or anything. Pretty much, I was just doing some video editing throughout the day while I was at work. On Monday, I did go see Mr. Warren before I went to work. I wanted to catch him, as I always do, at least once a week. Now, I had already picked up the 2 ounces I wanted for the week, but out of habit, I always like to get something when I go to see him. I was looking at a few different things that was there. Again, he had a lot of the Buffaloes, he had a lot of Silver Eagles, and he also had some more of the Donald Trump rounds. And I was really looking at maybe picking up maybe one of the Trump rounds or maybe even a Silver Eagle. Then I noticed he had some slabbed Eagles that actually weren't Eagles. They were just bullion, they were in slabs, and they were going to be going for 27. And I almost picked it up until I had looked off to the right where he keeps all of his Morgan dollars and peace dollars, and there was quite the toned Morgan dollar. And he gave it to me for, I do believe it was 30. I'm willing to bet I paid $30 for it. It's not in the greatest shape in the world, but the colors are amazing. So let me show you this guy. And here is the back, and you can clearly tell that there's pretty much no toning at all on the back of this coin. So this side was up against something, maybe it was a roll ender, I don't know. But on the other side, it is toned galore. There is orange, reds, blues, purples, everything. This is a 1921 Morgan dollar. As you can see, it is well circulated, but those tone colors, you know what? Let me open up this capsule and let you get a better look. All right, hopefully it'll come through on the camera better now. But as you can see, hopefully it's all coming through. There is purples, blues, greens, orange, yellows, reds. I mean, everything is there. It is quite the toner. It has got a lot of wear on it, so this spent a lot of time in somebody's pocket. But like I said, on the back, there's pretty much no toning at all. So this was definitely up against something for quite a long time to only tone on one side. But I couldn't pass it up. There was also another one there that was a peace dollar that's actually toned a lot like this one. And I did have him set that aside, and I'll be picking that one up next week. All right, we are back in the capsule, and I don't know if you're aware, but when you're wearing those gloves and you're holding these capsules, these things can slip right out of your hands, so be careful when you're handling them. I also picked up, oddly enough, this little copper bracelet. It was in his dollar bin. I was like, you know what, for $1, I'll take that. I'm not going to wear it. It's just, just a chunk of copper. And at the end, he wouldn't even let me pay for it. He said, you just take it home. And as always, I argued with him for a couple of minutes about, you need to let me go ahead and pay for this. But he's like, nope, you take it home. And I said, well, you need to let me pay for this. I want to take this home as well. This might be pretty cool to sand cast and pour into silver. And he said, yep, take that home too. I was like, come on. But this is a little Statue of Liberty. And I will take the keychain portion off of it and take the little ring off there so it looks correct. And I'm going to try and do this as a silver pour. This would actually be quite the little thing to pour. It does have a nice flat spot on the bottom for stamping. I think it could work out well. It would be amazing if it could stamp right there on the book, but probably damage it doing that. But there it is. This is going to be my first full casting I'm going to try. Of course, I still need to get my furnace put back together, but we'll get to that as soon as we can. Another thing while I was there, I noticed in his display case, he had a couple tubes of Silver Eagles, and I had to double check with him on the pricing because I really didn't think it was marked correctly, but he told me it was. And I don't know if it's still marked that price now. At the time, silver had already come back down. It was somewhere around 23 and some change. And he had $5.50 marked on a tube of Eagles. Folks, that is $27.50 an ounce. That is an amazing price for Silver Eagles right now. I know a lot of folks now are picking them up for somewhere around 29 to 30, and some folks are even higher. So being able to get a tube of them at $27.50 a piece is quite the steal. I did not have the money for them, but I did reach out to several folks, and most folks are in the same boat that I am. We just don't have the finances to get it right now, and myself, I would have loved to have been able to get it, but I just can't squeeze it in this close to Christmas. As I said, I don't know if he still got it priced the same, but if he does, that's an amazing price. And who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to squeeze that kind of a deal, but today and this week, it's just not in the cards for me. So I was only there for a very short period of time because I needed to go to work. I went and did my work for the day, and all day long I was thinking about that peace dollar. I hadn't at that time spoken to him about it. I told him it's pretty neat, but I couldn't afford to grab it at the time. And it was just on my mind so much that day. At the end of the day, I went back to see him. And that's when I did ask him to set it aside for me. And he said, no problem. You can pick it up on Saturday and I'll have it in the back here for you. So we popped it into a capsule and set it on the back counter. And I will be picking that up then. So that's pretty awesome. Things have been quite well for him. He's been moving a lot of gold and silver customers in and out all day, every day for the last several weeks. So that's pretty awesome to see him that busy. If you've ever watched any of my videos with him, you can see that he's quite the guy. He's quite active. You can tell just by the way he talks about things. And he's no stranger to being busy. And so when folks come in, he enjoys it. He loves interacting with folks. And I always like being there to check things out and help whenever I can. I am looking forward to my visit with him this coming Saturday, because after that, I won't be able to go for about 6 weeks. One of the folks that works with us is going overseas for a while, and I'm going to be working weekends until they get back. And so I'm going to do my best to go see him on the Mondays, but we will, of course, do the best we can to go see him as often as we can. But there's a chance that some weeks I won't be able to. But I do thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch this video. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below. And let me know, what do you think? Is that toner worth the $30? For me, it was. And if I saw another one like that, I would absolutely grab it up. But again, I thank you for watching the video. And as always, remember to follow along on my silver journey. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.